been a nuisance for them before. Let's find out now. Another best of 7. One of these teams is going to the grand finals, the Blue Wall, or their challengers, Geekay Esports. Let's watch them Rocket League.
So let's get to it then, shall we? KC looking to continue their run of dominance, whilst GK Stumpy are looking to reignite what they were able to do last side of the split. Let's get into game 1, brought to you by Progressive. Let's find out what these teams got.
I mean, even when you look a little bit more recently, as Gibbs was saying, in the Swiss Group A, they managed to beat them. It didn't even go to game 5. That was GK taking the advantage, most recently over KCorp. However, Champ Sunday KCorp can be a different beast, but a beast nonetheless that GK have taken down previously. It will just require them to reach the level that they had done historically. As Nick said, there's only been 2 teams so far that have won regionals here in Europe this season. One being KCorp, the other is his boys.
Right, when it does come to actual main events, not talking about that Swiss, Vatira comes on in and it's top bins.
I love the energy, by the way. First goal, immediately, and they're straight away, fist pumping, screaming. They know that opportunities like this are going to be hard to come by. So they can earn it nice and early, only 20 seconds in. And that is KCorp with a pretty nice little lead, and Drani doing a lot of work to get rid of their final defender.
So the point I was going to try and make was that during main events, so we're talking when they met up in Birmingham and when they met up 2 weeks ago, it's actually KC 7-0 in main events over their last 2 encounters. So still looking for a game win here from GK. As well, that's going to go a long way to doing it.
I gasped. I thought that was wide. And Oli has done a great job at trying to make that as wide looking as possible. Had to roll up the post. And it's actually a KC error on defense to commit to it.
He did that earlier on as well against BSK, where he just sort of rolled it up the wall. The post is very much Oli's friend today. But maybe it's one of those friends that, you know, you're told maybe they're not quite good for you. They're not really looking out for you. It's going to turn on you at some point. As Vatira looking for Atto again. Looking for the bump. Oli narrowly avoids. This is the guy that everyone on GK will be looking towards. An absolute demon in that series earlier on. Joyo wants to try and flex some of those mechanical muscles, but right now the fakes are coming through, and Drali's got a pre-jumping goalkeeper to get past.
Again, Cole mentioned the aerial fakes. Vatira's up for that one, then completely shies away from it, and Oli has used his boost to jump for it too, allowing it entirely open for currently the best player in the world, Drali, to lock in an assist and a goal to his name in the first game.
That's quite good to see as well, because Drali, for as good as he has been for the last few months and maybe, you know, the last year plus, he was quiet yesterday. He was not at his best. They really had to look towards Vatira to be that star player and to get them the result that was expected. So if they've got Drali back on best form, then they'll be very, very happy indeed. Here's Atto. Backboard, who dares take him on the 50? Drali tries to skirt his way around, but Joyo's already there. For me, GK need a lot of good success with Joyo just cutting rotation, first man challenging.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to trying to make as many 2v3 situations as you can, or 1v2s. Just try and have the numbers over the defense of KC. Easier said than done, but I mean, early on in this series, we've already seen KC beat themselves on defense, so now we'll just be trying to get those opportunities as and when they come, then try and force them if they don't.
Joyo looking for Atto's cut, ends up taking the ball instead over to the wall. Vatira ready for the tricks. Atto plays it around. Good chance to break away. He's on very low boost, so looks for the musty. Almost got a musty double tap. Not bad at all, considering he was on 0 boost.
I mean, I've done a lot worse with a lot more boost. So Atto now wanting to do more than did previously. Challenges versus Joyo. Only gets rid of Atto and vice versa. So Vatira can push in on that one. That kind of boost won't quite spawn in time for him, so he has to retreat as Drali keeps asking the question of the defense. Left-hand side now sees Atto go up nice and early, but not as soon as Archie. And what a player, Shogun, Archie really has grown into in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, there was a lot of questions about him, especially about a year ago now. It's been nice to see him get his plaudits. It's been ever since that Oxygen run, the World Championship, that I think everyone started to realize what Archie provides to his teams. Drali backboard, double, oh, he's in the crossbar. And now Joyo's on the breakaway. Atto tries to get to him. Atto tried. Atto failed, as many do when you're against Joyo.
What a perfect turnaround. A very rare miss from Jarly on the backboard. The bump from Joyo. Archie helps it in as Jarly actually got back for the save. And Archie secures the leveling up goal.
And there's why you've got to score those, because it bounces. Oh, here we go off the kickoff. Only plays it around the keeper. Can he turn it in? Off the post and into the net.
Kickoffs were huge in their previous series when it was in the grand final, and Geekay, if you guys can believe it, 4-0'd KCorp in order to go to the Birmingham Major. Kickoffs were a gigantic part of their play, and that has absolutely not been shied away from.
I tried to get another one, and just I think the first time shot with the cheating up player didn't quite work this time around. Atto looking backboard, gets the dunk in only. Oh, he'll be happy that was right at him.
It's 90 seconds, and KCorp, they're going to be chasing this one. Archie goes to the back corner, beats one. Beat Vatira, however, as he's got eyes set on him. Sees Jarly central, does Atto. Jarly can shoot it. It's posted him, and that is another equalising goal.
I saw on Joyo's POV, and it was a very frustrating one at that. Firstly, his teammate respawned in front of him, and then after that, suddenly Jarly was right next to him. There was no way of getting back across. 3 each. Well, it's not exactly a tentative start to this best of 7.
I mean, it couldn't be more different, I think, from the start of that Dignitas series if we tried. And this is KCorp and Geekay both pushing.
And, get a little bit more tentative as we go along. And then against Geekay against KC, they're both going to want to try and assert dominance. No such thing as a defense. It's always, how many can I put past you? Raleigh up. Doesn't have many options to go past to, so instead takes it by himself. First touch was too heavy, though. Raleigh's offensive output has been a bit mixed so far. Nice play, though, from Atto. Oli scampers back. Joyo on the back foot. Oh, he's missed it!
You've got to touch it! You need contact there. There's no situation where missing, faking, whatever it is. Joyo, he just completely misreads it, and Atto, it's a stunning touch, ends up on 0 boost. But that is Joyo's miss that has given up the game for them potentially. 43 seconds, 4-3 in score. Nice little kickoff. I like that idea.
Yeah, a little bit of a Spanish or a variation of it. 30 seconds left. Oli off the wall. Vatira challenge. That goes into a nice spot, but Archie's got no boost and he's not quite got the angle for it.
We're under 30 seconds now. Oli in his own half has to find his way up, and look at Jarly just lurk and wait. Does actually do very well out of that, does Oli. Tira chips it round 1, Joyo dives in. Central again, Atto actually gets tripped up, and Jarly then on the open net as he just realises Geekay need to push this. They will leave their net to completely open, and they do so. Joyo with a miss. Jarly taps their own.
Having Oli, he was the one that needed to be called in for that play, but he just couldn't quite figure out where his angle was. Ends up being a little bit too wide for the ball. I think he was hoping for the challenge to get pinched over to him on the wall. That didn't happen. Left him high and dry. And despite a very, very ferocious effort, it is, as it tends to be, KC on top in game number 1. As Oli, he doesn't even get one for the roads. That's just harsh.
That is harsh. Bounce up as well. But yeah, 5-3.
No, Vatira, please don't.
Nearly. We saw previously, what was it? It was 40 goals scored, and that was a new record in European RLCS. If we're having 8 goals...
They are very uninterested in what your offer actually is.
They're very rude, actually.
They have everything they want. You have nothing to offer them. As we get the double through the middle kickoff, actually. I think they both tried to fake kickoff. And yeah, you see what happens when they both have the same idea. Archie, backboard. Can he make the angle? Atto's not trying to find out.
And I like that push, though, from Geekay. We've seen the offense they can put forward. Joyo had a goal of the game in that previous one, the full court carry. But Vatira can manage to just about get that towards Atto on target, but only to save it away. Low boost across the board, however, for Geekay. That's going to give KCorp a great opportunity to work their way around. Joyo does have 100, but with no real power on that shot, it's not going to be threatening Jarly at all.
Joyo's going to have a significantly more difficult time staying high up on the boost than he was against BSK. And it is those boosts that enable those plays. Archie, he can't quite get there. What a hit from Atto!
Hasn't that just been the story of the defender can't quite get there? There's not quite that chance. There's that slight miss. And it's a game of pixels right now. And it's turnaroundable by Geekay. It's just tidying up on a couple of rotations and just maybe making sure that the final player isn't just having a free shot on net. Yeah, Archie maybe could have saved that. He had the boost for it, but the position's the more important part.
They play for the mistakes, and it's something that when you are confident in Rocket League, things go your way because they are playing under the idea that, yeah, our opponents are going to get something wrong at some point, whilst everyone else that plays against this team assumes that they're always going to get it right. So they can't capitalize on that stuff. Joyo already up, looks for the angle, it's right to Atto.
Great chance for GK to just try and work their way into this game a little bit more. Minute 30 is gone. Atto now wanting to bomb.
Sorry.
He was just fish in a barrel, and Vatira aimed a cannon at him.
Oh, dearie me. Yeah, point blank. There's a bit of the splash. I think it's even harder. I prefer to get demoed. Don't bump me at that point. At least, you know, finish it off. Demo me. Don't make me look at the ball going in as I'm mid-air. KC have taken what was a very close game one. They're running rough shots so far in game two.
And KCorp stats when they score first is just completely outrageous. They win 94% of games where they end up scoring first. It's going to be nearly the third. Instead, actually, it's going to be a great save from Geekay. I'll get back to that number very shortly. Atto can work his way back and then for that second touch. And then whenever they win the first game, they are currently 51-1. They've got a 98% win rate. That one, oh, thank you for asking me, Shogun. That one was last season when they ended up losing to Oxygen, which was Archie, Oski, and Joyo. So 2 of the 3 players on this pitch have bucked their trend, but otherwise 51-1.
Well, that's an open net miss there, so officially Atto washed. Stay at 2-0, and already good there for GK. If KC have got results like that from first goal, imagine what they're like from 3 goals up. That's going to be the never-ever sort of territory. As there's no one around. The only version that they've got available is Joyo, who goes for the flick. It's not a half-bad attempt.
Don't hate that, yeah.
But running straight down the middle of the field with 0 boost, there's no one that's scoring against KC in that position, not even Joyo.
Good chance there for Atto to just try and carry it along, but ends up with low boost. Let's get the bump instead. Vatira, 50 towards the center. Drali's waiting, but only is waiting on his touch. Under 2 minutes and 2 goals. A lovely demo, and that is definitely what the doctor ordered when it comes to goals for GK. Make these 2v3s, make these 1v2s.
They had a very strong demo game earlier on against BSK. They actually also had it in the last game as well. It's just disappeared here in game number 2. Joyo, oh, that 100 turned up for him. Looks for the passing play. Oli, they've got Vatira on log. Can they find the goal? Oh! Not even Vatira can survive.
Lovely play. Oli carries it from the Joyo touch initially. Just makes it awkward as Joyo comes in and he forces Vatira to just second guess. He wants to immediately go, can't, and then at that point, they are in the same path. Great play coming through for GK. It's fake towards the back corner, and they've got 80 seconds to have that continue.
Again, Joyo's just loitering. I think they want to start leaving somebody downfield now. Realize playing behind the ball, trying to just go for the outpace isn't quite working. Vatira not happy with the earlier bump. He wants his own back, and they've still got their chance. Receipt delivered, 3-1.
I mean, that was Drali almost getting that reset straight towards target as well. And Archie, I like the fact he turned. Oli just slowed down a smidge too far as Atto slams it towards the net. So minute 6, it's GK lacking by 2 yet again.
And it's back to a very, very difficult task. That is a really good touch. Archie looking backwards. Drali was also looking over there, so play is now gone. Archie also out because of the demo, so no third man. Drali's got plenty of time. Joyo. I thought that he might be getting demoed there, but Drali was instead playing the ball. 40 seconds left. And right now, KC happy just play the ball around them.
I mean, KC, though, they're doing exactly as you said at the top of the series, and it's not mind-blowing stuff. It's the fact that they can do it. It's just control the pace, control the narrative. This is their game as far as they're concerned. It's going to be a very awkward touch, however, as Geekay, they start to wrestle that script away from KCorp. It's only to go high. Joyo again on bumping duty.
Andrade's going to be disappointed with his hit. He wasn't expecting to be needed, but still, that's straight into the middle of the path. He needs to try and find some way of finding the bumper rather than the top of the car. If you are going to do top of the car, it tends to be a better job just to lift the ball. We're back down to 1. Now, for all of the historical stats, maybe Oli's about to change that. They've got options. Archie's on his way in. He's going to have a little bit of time. Nobody's challenging him. Everyone was waiting for exactly that.
There'll be a chance for Vatira to just keep that ball sent long. Bear in mind, they missed an open net earlier. They may well come to regret it if Geekay can score another. Oli up high, doesn't beat Atto, taps it down straight to the ground, and KCorp. Game number 2 goes their way.
Geekay having looks. Swiss, round 3. Geekay would be in a lot better mind space, I think. It is now 9 games in a row when it comes to main events for KC. They really took that loss in the last open qualifier very personally from the looks of it.
I mean, they don't want their record to be shattered. They want to make sure that they are staying as this dominant team. Vatira onto the backboard, and it is beauty from the newly ignited Frenchman.
That is unbelievable. Stealing reset, then flips into the ball.
No boot.
And you know what's even worse? The defender was close. I feel really bad for them because they almost had the read. Now the kickoff. What a call that was. Vatira ready for the pass straight to himself. Joyo looking for a way through. Gonna have to look again. Vatira off the wall, straight into Archie's path, stealing reset. After getting bumped, and because of that, he can get the save.
Still pretty awkward though for defense on KCorp. Just for a second, Andrade's going to be pinching it out, but Oli, perfect positioning. Oh, manages to get it so threatening towards KCorp side, but quite enough. What again, as Archie's going to be sending it long, but straight into the maw of Vatira. A reset goes high, Joyo to intercept.
Throws to himself, a reset, instead chooses to hit the 50, Oli in. If you're going to send 2 players, you've got to get a better win than that. Strali took 2 of them out. And it down here. Again, KC have got that first goal. Statistically, that means that we should probably just go next.
Yeah.
Riley looking a bit awkward. Well, he's out there.
I mean, yeah, 89 and 4. That'll be more now. That'll be what? 91 and 4. So they're now going to be in games where they scored first this season alone.
The only team where you can FF after 1 goal down and you're not toxic.
But I mean, honestly, if there's any team that's going to be able to turn it against them, it's the team that has beaten them 4-0 in the grand final before. That's attempting a double. Just there, so just shooting towards that left-hand side, so we had a bit of vision that I didn't necessarily. It's a good dunk from Charlie, but Joyo's there to cover.
Yeah, I think Atto had him covered. Archie had him covered anyway. Still worth a go. Put the fear into them and say that you can still do it. Joyo's got the boost, he's got the wall. Let's see what he's got available. He's got a bit of time, passes it straight to Archie. And it's those sort of situations where KC are showing their confidence because earlier on, BSK, whenever they saw Joyo in those positions, they respected the shot. KC saw him, saw Archie, well, we see where that play is going. Oh, what, Oli? Oh, he's done well.
Dead on halfway through. Geekay still hunting for answers. And KCorp are hunting and finding these demos. And tell you what, the defense is actually holding up pretty strong for Geekay.
Yeah, Geekay have got to be a little bit more cautious though when they're doing these passing plays. Got a couple too many, and Drali's happy just to cut rotation. Oh, that's nothing here. Wanted to try and get block. Joyo, who's got the layaways. Drali tried to pre-jump bump him. That's kind of the level that we're at these days. Archie, he's low, looks for the pass. It's just too obvious at this point. Vatira instantly gets there. They're on the counter-attack. Geekay, they've tried something different, but they've tried something different too many times. It's not different anymore.
And every time you're seeing one player go for the ball for KCorp, the other is ready just in case they get called onto it. And only good disruption play. Going to be forcing Charlie onto this ball from the backboard. As 40 boost gets a reset. Taps it over around the side of 1, and it's I'm going to be completely honest, that felt like really lazy defending from GK. I want to praise Drali here for one reset, but then it was just, I guess I'm just parking away. I don't know, that felt more GK-ish to me than it felt like Drali-ish.
Oli just did not have the read of that play at all. I think he was expecting that reset to have some power, so he's got to turn up early, and then once it dropped down, Drali's, inability to create power was the worst thing for Oli to ever see. So there's reasons for it, but yeah, it does look very, very goofy.
I think it was just more the fact that it was like Drali, like, yep, I've now got the boot. Yep, I've now got the ball. Yep, I've now got the flip reset. Yep, I've now beaten one. Yep, I've now dunked him. It just felt like it was a shopping list rather than a goal.
I've got all the ingredients here to make a great goal. I'm just not going to use them. I'm just going to have all of it. A deconstruction of a good goal right there. 50 seconds. This has been a frustrating series so far for GK. They've had glimpses, but a little peek is about as good as it's got. KC, on the other hand, trying to book themselves yet another grand final. Kind of stamp their authority. I'm sure they're kind of sick of everyone turning around just going, oh, GK are against them. They're the team that beat them. And they just want to turn and go, okay, but, how long ago was that?
Yeah. And also, what did it mean ultimately when it comes down to
the season?
Yeah, because even if you look, that's a shame. That's a shame. Yeah, that's a go next. Even if you see, when GK did manage to get that dub against them, there's still the thought of, well, they still won the major. Yeah, they lost that grand final. They still won the major. They're still the best team in the world. There's not a big issue there. And GK, they are feeling the effects of that. They're going to be going into game number 4, 3-0 down. It's not a place you want to be against any team, let alone KCorp. It becomes a lot harder, especially when Atto has had so many demos in this game. He may well have just unlocked the Exterminator for that.
I have to have a look. I can't remember how many Exterminators we've got. Guarantee Virtuoso has the other one.
It's all on GK. KCorp have their answers. They've had them written on a blackboard at the back of their room for the last 5 months. And GK have been scribbling and scrambling, trying to figure them out.
And put them onto a tablet, write them into stone. They're not changing anytime soon. Oli, nice little win. Archie looking backboard. I mean, GK just... It's going to be one step at a time here. They can. It's not likely, but they can. It's the sort of team where momentum can really shift towards them. And once they are up and running, tend to just run over the opponents that they've got. KC starting off well. And this is the issue now. I think GK is now starting to jump at shadows on a few occasions.
And we're seeing as well that since entering the top 16 at any point in this season, currently KCorp are 31-1, looking to go 32-1. Of course, that one was against GK, so it's a little bit harsh that they're not going to be going 33-0. It's Drali to start the shooting and open up the net for the first goal in 50 seconds.
And what boggles the mind here is that we see series like the one we had before this, Dignitas against Gentlemates, and you look at it and just go, these teams are playing so well, and then they come up against KC, and it just doesn't look like, all right, Oli, what a goal!
I think he sensed us getting a little bit like down and drab and dreary. He holds onto that reset with no boost, says, see you later, Drali, on your head, pal. Literally 15 seconds later, GK find themselves level. We may well have a game.
Once then, we're back to where we were before the game started, and I wasn't too upbeat about it before then. Yeah, a couple more. We'll see where we're at. Batira, pass, Drali, 0 boost. He probably tried to find a reset, so he at least could have found some forward momentum, but even that one was beyond him. And again, as much as everyone respects Drali, I feel like he's the quiet one this weekend. It has been for Tira and Atto.
I mean, Atto has been the player of the day so far, player of yesterday as well. A stunning performance from him. He has been exceptional in this series individually, at least. Drali gets rid of one. Atta can shoot it just about on target. Drali actually tries to go for that bump, but Archie is back just in time.
Good challenge from Archie, but it's straight into the path of Atto. Oh, he's dancing around everybody. Infield! Bang! Drali finds top bins!
They're going to need a tradesman to work on the top corner of that goal. Like, the denting that we have seen on that right-hand post. We need some brick repair. KCorp 2-1 with only 3 minutes left, and it still feels like there's that spark of life that we're just waiting for Geekay to just about come alive in, but it is being snuffed out by the KCorp tsunami.
I think Drali hit that so hard that some poor guys in their 3v3 rank game just heard that hit the crossbar, hit the post. that was hit with some anger. Atto on his way up. Easy win there against Oli. Archie tries to take control of the ball. Just individual attempts, individual failures to get the ball past even the first man. Another infield pass.
Gracious.
How do they do this?
We're watching Drali's camera here, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what he's doing. And then it's all of a sudden, oh, Vizira Central, and that's the exact plan that they went from about 5 seconds prior.
I'm getting to the point, I think Vatira could get to that, like, penalty spot boost pad, sit there for 20 seconds, and Drali and Atto will somehow get to him. Oh, they needed Archie to turn up and just run onto the shots. Not there for him. 2 minutes on the clock, 2 goals the difference, and is it too little too late?
So yesterday, we spoke to Atto after he won the series, after the boys won the series over Gentlemates, and I said, what is your percentage chance that you think that you have to win all 3 events this year? So both majors and worlds. He said, after a little bit of thinking, 65%. Would you put it above or below that at the moment? Because this is a perfect Rocket League team, no?
It's phenomenal what they're doing. The only thing I can see going against them is we've at least got one back from Archie, is the fact that that grand final at Worlds does things to people. Worlds in general does weird things where some people underperform, some people just can't quite get there. One thing that we are pretty certain of is if things keep going their way, KC will get there. They will at least have that final test. To everyone else at the moment to try and catch up.
It's a season that they deserve it as well. Like, sometimes you get like a weird season, like, bless him, Monkey Moon, when he's won Worlds before. It's like, yeah, in that season we got perfect swept by FaZe in LA. And it's like, oh, that's weird. It's weird that you did that, but cool, fair enough. Like, I love that for you. This feels like a season where it's like, yeah, they have been the best team consistently throughout. No other team has really been able to touch them consistently, at least. They have been untouched across the board. Vatira can carry it over too. That's actually a really nice defense from Joyo.
Well, Joyo didn't know much about it. He just kind of got hit into the ball, and he's pretty thankful for the hands.
Yeah, take it, absolutely. Under a minute left, 1 to chase here for Geekay.
Joyo's out of boost, just wants to get something moving. Archie's also out of boost. Oh, he's also out of boost, but at least gets the ball, but it's ricocheted straight into their side of the field. Here comes Joyo. What's he got in the tank? Vatira knows his old teammate very well, gets straight to him. Now Atto, backboard, leaves it for Drali. It's the slowest shot of all time. 1 mile an hour over the line.
The slow roller as well from Drali. Shoots it low because he sees the pre-jump from Oli. Archie can't quite get there. Too clear. It's feeling like GG's.
All right, time to see the kickoff strat. Surely they got something. Yeah, they do. They faked the first one. Joyo wants the 50. They need the next player in. They got
Great
them.
shot.
What a call from Geekay.
Stunning. I love that. That's how they won the last series. They did a brilliant job at just completely outdoing KCorp in the kickoff, which is immensely hard to do.
All right, guess the kickoff.
One more.
Guess the kickoff. First player.
It's going to be double whiff. Vatira goes in.
Target. Oh no, they went straight for it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just go normal.
Well, they've given the ball though over to KC. More point, they're giving it to Vatira. Archie moves on in. Wants an awkward bounce. Okay, yeah, that's not awkward at all for Drali.
Okay, I didn't realize that Drali hated the ball.
Given the questionnaire of can you deal with this, and he just ripped up the sheet of paper. Oli off the wall. Joyo's going to try and get there. They're out of time. They need something big. They need it.
Oh my
Atto's pre-jumped them. The disrespect from KC. They take it. And they have got 11 games in a row in the main event since that loss.
Incredible from KCorp.